Hello and welcome to TDW Tech Byte. My name is Tara Chan, and today I will be talking about how to approach investors with confidence. We will talk about a few points to research before approaching investors. These will be finding out their investment mandate, finding out what type of investor they are, finding out their investment process, their ability to fund, and finally, how diverse is their portfolio of companies. So how exactly do you approach investors with confidence? Before approaching any investor, I would always keep in mind the 5 P's. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Therefore, before meeting any investor, it all starts with proper preparation and doing some background due diligence on this investor to see if they are suitable for your business. So we'll explore a few topics to look for in a potential investor before approaching them so that you can fully take advantage of this opportunity, because investors do not grow on trees. The first point to look out for is finding out their investment mandate. How exactly your company would fit into such mandate. For example, if the potential investor only invests in companies of a particular sector, you can, of course, approach them to see if there is an interest. However, we suggest to focus on approaching investors where your company would fit their mandate. If the potential investor does invest in your industry, but in companies at later stages, always great to approach them with the knowledge that your main company may not be suitable for an investment yet. However, your company may be down the line. So stay in touch with this investor and maintain that connection. Then, when your company finally arrives at that desired stage of their mandate, you have established that initial connection and maintained that relationship. So all of this will allow the process of negotiating for an investment to be much smoother. The venture capital community in Hong Kong is helpful, and we suggest approaching others in the community for information on the investment mandate of a particular investor. Or you can try to approach anyone who works for this particular investor to find out this type of information. The second point to do research on would be to find out what type of investor they are. Are they a passive investor, or will they be more involved in the business of your company? Finding out the amount of involvement or control the investor plans to have is probably the most critical factor to consider, especially for companies in the early stages. If you are looking for an investor who will advise and help drive the business forward, you may want a more involved investor. However, if you are just looking for funds and the freedom to continue running your company as you envisage without any interference, you would be looking for a more passive investor. What you're doing is essentially figuring out how much impact and control the investor will impose on your company and whether their mission aligns with yours. We have seen in the past that the type of investor can make or break a business. Another point to perform a little bit of research on would be their investment process. To make the whole investment process as seamless as possible, it's important to determine exactly what are the internal processes of the investor to invest in your company. There may be specific requirements for that investor, and it is crucial to know these requirements in order to receive the investment from the investor as easily as possible. Therefore, gaining this insight into the approval and the steps involved before receiving your funds can help monitor the entire process and your expectations. Also, it's very important to have all your due diligence materials prepared to ensure that the investment process is completed as quickly as possible. Another topic would be to find out their ability to fund. Some things to look out for are: when was the last time the potential investor invested in a company? How strong is the investor financially? What is their budget? Are they selective with their investments? Or do they invest in a variety of companies currently? These are all essential information to find out. And last, how diverse is their portfolio of companies? Two factors you want to think about is the investor's reach and their influence. So thinking about what extent will the investor benefit you in terms of reach and influence and access in the industry your business is in. How much influence does the investor have in the industry with other investors, such as with marketing, distribution, media channels, and how they can support your resources around HR and marketing? These are all important aspects to determine in case there might be some indirect effects on your reputation as a company. Also, you want to think of potential unwanted implications, such as what will the signal effect be if this investor invests in your company? And also, will there be future implications that may impact the reputation of your company? So this was a summary on how to approach investors with confidence. The important point is to do proper preparation so that you can approach an investor with confidence. If you are looking for assistance in regards to this type of topic, please feel free to reach out to Tanner DeWitt.